Hey there. Well, it's February in Texas, and I don't know, we get 3 to 4 inches of snow, and there's no power for 32 hours for us, and no water. We're still without water, but we do have a little bit of power. Unfortunately, my battery pack was charged up, and so let's see, I had a viewer ask me to show my beginning spinning on the Kromsky Polonaise. And so I'm going to get a different camera angle and go from there, and you can see all of it and all of the good moments and some of the really bad, because I had a few of those. So keep watching, and we'll do a little pre-drafting, and then I'll get the wheel going and we'll see how things work. Let's see, as you can see here, although the wheel does offer double drive, I'm set up with Scotch tension. I have the drive band around the whorl, both drive bands around the whorl, and then my Scotch tension is attached to the back. It goes over the bobbin notch down to one peg and then up here to this one, and I'm able to adjust the tension just by slightly rotating this. I've got a little bit of leader sticking out, and as you can see, my spinning adventures have been iffy so far. Not great with the tension yet. As you can see on my bobbin, I have some usable yarn, some single ply, and then I've got some that didn't spin very much at all, and I've got some really kinky stuff. In fact, let me rotate the flyer. I'm having a difficult time managing pulling up into my draft zone and getting it fed at the same time. So one thing that my instructor, Mel, has been having me do is just treadle until I can keep a good rhythm that way. But then I go to add in, you know, doing something with my hands and treadling, and I'm not that coordinated. So let me pause it here, and we'll just do a little of the pre-drafting, and then I'll just get to work on this. Okay, so here I have a big container of some of the wool top, and I have, let's see if I can find, I have pulled off a little bit and kind of broken it down, and I'm just spreading the fiber out, finding the natural break and separating that out as well. And so when I have a length of that, let me push this over to the side, I'm still going to just sort of pull it apart gently. At least this is how I've been pre-drafting. Just sort of pulling it apart, trying to get all of it at once. Maybe just a little bit more where my fingers aren't getting the edges. And then the staple length on this wool is about 3 inches. And so my goal in drafting or pre-drafting is to pull more at the 5 to 6 inch area. Let me see if I'm getting a good angle. And so I'm trying to grab all of the wool and just giving a gentle pull, keeping my fingers spread apart. And if I feel that it's not drafting at all, then I move my fingers a little farther apart. Again, this is a skill that I really have to work on more. It seems like always on the edge, I'm not grabbing everything. I'm barely holding on to this. And you know, they say treat it like a bird that you don't want to get away. And at first, what I was doing, I was struggling so hard that I was kind of scraping it, and that's just not good, and that wasn't having a good effect. I'm still getting little splits, but I'm hoping that they'll add up in the yarn. I would prefer a different angle for this, and hopefully you're seeing it. And I'm just trying to get this so I can see through my fingers. And I'm sure we've about doubled it in length right now. And working towards the end. I really need to spread my fingers out a little further, I think. I didn't say that this was professional spinning, did I? For those of you spinners out there that are really good at this and the whole thing, just have patience. I know we all have to start somewhere. So, not the best of jobs, but it's a start. All right, so let's get on the wheel. I've got to change camera angles again. Bear with me. Okay, so currently I just have a small amount of yarn from my leader, a little bit of twist there in the yarn, and I'm just gonna let that follow up, but I think I need more twist in it, so I'm gonna attempt to just keep spinning. My problem is getting into the draft zone, so I'm winding, pulling. It's not very even for me because I'm getting into my draft zone, so I'm just trying to ride that up, let it take a little bit, and wow, I need to slow down, let this wheel have it, because look at all the twists that I've got. If I ride that up and feed it, I know that with time, I'm going to get better at it. So I've got too much twist. You can see it's all built up, and I need to spin more slowly. Get a little yarn attached. I'm trying to do this without letting go until I have some on there, and then letting some of that twist kind of run up to my thumb. All right, let's give that another go. Yeah, I'm not riding it up fast enough. See all that building up? This is horrifying to me. Time to stop. And you know what I've been doing? This is awful. My bobbin wants to come off, and so because I'm pulling, I've got so much twist, I'm drafting more out and trying to just let it. I don't know if you can see that. This is terrible that I have to do that, but I'm having to pull so hard just to, get that to, my tension is just terrible. And I don't think I can try loosening this just slightly. I might give that a go. Whoops, backwards. I've got to let it take some of it up, even though it's not pretty. And this is what it looks like for me to spin so far. I've got a mess. A terrible mess. But I'm going to try to take some of that up anyway, because I just need to keep working on getting it correct. I'm getting a little bit of, I could ride some of that up. And let's just go with, well, that's a short length. I've got 2 short lengths here. I did invest in a, see, it stuck to me, look. I should be wearing no sleeves, but it's too cold. Okay, let's try this again. I don't have an, it's probably going to spin for 1 second. Oh, it was backwards. Yeah, I got into my draft zone again. I mean, I feel like I'm getting some of the basic movements, but so far it's just hit or miss, literally. And unfortunately, I'm not one to just, you know, let it go. I just keep trying. Oh, that's going to be bad. Oh, Mel, I'm sorry if you're watching this. Time for me to get more yarn, and folks, that's me. The clicking sound that you hear is me. I didn't tighten up the footman or the treadle with a leather strap. So up next, in the next segment, you'll see what I do with all of the bits that are so bad. But what I will say is this. It's better that I keep trying to get yarn up here on the spool, even if it's not pretty, than it is to sit here and worry about perfection. Because every now and then I get a little bit of really great single ply, and I think I'll catch on. So that's what it looks like as a beginning spinner. It's not pretty. Thanks for joining me. Keep on watching, because I want to show you what I do with huge mistakes. So as a new spinner, I get a lot of lovely little problem areas where I am not keeping up with where my draft zone is. So I have a lot of this business going on, and I don't want this to go to waste. And so what I went ahead and I went onto Amazon and I purchased a felting kit. Comes with a little block. This is why I've got my little mitts on. And this also came with extra needles, which I'm assuming I'll be needing, small, medium, and large, and they fit into this felting tool. And I've got a start of what will be a dryer ball eventually. And you can see I've gone through quite a bit of wool top. So what I've been doing, this is pretty unfeltable, okay? I don't know what I will do with that, but when you snip those parts off, you can generally pull apart enough to where you can felt it. And I've done that with a couple of pieces here right now. And to start with, really, I just started balling it up. And now I'm at the point where I am just kind of wrapping the wool around. These are like little ends that probably could be woven or spun into yarn. But really, for me, I need the greater lengths. And so I am basically just felting those pieces on top of one another. And you can see this needle very sharp, and these are barbed. And so with this wool having sort of its own desire to stick together, and the felting needle going in and out kind of at a straight angle. It's forcing those wool fibers to catch on itself. You want to go in at a straight angle, let those barbs catch, and just pull out. And just keep repeating this. And please wear your gloves, unless you're just, I don't know, really skilled, not a klutz. After I do this for a little bit and kind of get it started to where I feel like a lot of it's wound into place. You notice I'm not even using that little styrofoam thing. I just kind of roll it around a little bit, just to kind of keep the shape, and I just keep on felting. So you can see underneath I had some colored yarn or colored roving, and I'm just going to keep going. I don't want to waste any of this. So this is one way to make yourself happy when you're a beginner and making mistakes and you have tension issues leading to this. So yeah, being a beginning spinner is a lot of fun, but we're going to make it all work. We're going to do something with it.